On the day of the activity here at Costco, we were all running about doing our thing, and all of a sudden there was a call for a member that had fallen in an aisle up by our food department. And when we came around the corner to see what was going on, the gentleman was laying on the floor and immediately didn't look good.
I thought that somebody bumped into my cart, and I turned around to look at Warren to say, who hit me? And he was laying on the ground.
His color wasn't good. We grabbed the AED machine, ran up, and started to immediately administer some CPR, prepare the AED machine.
There was no breathing sounds. So that's when I went ahead and started, I just did mouth to mouth.
After the crew arrived, they assessed the patient and they determined that he was in cardiac arrest. He had no pulse and was not breathing. The Costco employees relayed information that they had shocked him twice with their AED, and a CPR was still to be called for, and they continued that.
As they started to do their thing, we kind of just kept everybody away from, so that we lessened the crowd and just tried to make it so that there was, just the EMTs could do their thing.
I think in the percentages of what doctors have told me is, in my situation, it's 5% or less make it.
It was determined that he did have an acute MI. They found that while he was being transported, they sent that wirelessly to St. Anne's, and when they arrived at the hospital, they were seen in the emergency room, and within just a matter of minutes, he was taken to the cardiac cath lab.
They kept him an extra day in ICU, and they released him at 5 o'clock on New Year's Day. And we came home.
And so what the EMTs, the Costco people did to me is more than miraculous. I can't put my finger on it. It means the world to me to be able to hug my kids, hug my grandkids, hug my wife.
There was no hesitation on anybody's part. There was no second guessing. It just was an immediate reaction based on what was going on, our training.
The outcome that we had that day was not typical. Many of the cardiac arrests have very poor outcomes. It was very unusual to see him today because we just don't see that very often.
Without them doing all that, I'm not going to be here.